What is up YouTube, Game888 here, and I'm here with an updated version of my Fiendsmith Ryzeal deck. In this format, Fiendsmith Ryzeal is basically nowhere to be found, and that has it kind of has its merits. People don't expect it, and you can actually take advantage of it. That's why I'm sharing my list again. It's how I'm running it nowadays in testing. It's actually doing well, I'm happy with it. Just need to know the deck, of course, and the matchup that you're playing. It's all about practice. I'll get into the deck profile in a second. The first thing I want to say, some people have been asking for updates on my Trap Tricks builds, and if you go to my Facebook page, which is linked down below in the description, you can see that I have posted an end board of what I'm trying to do with Mitsurugi and Trap Tricks together. It's actually doing well in testing. I'm trying it out, but it needs a little bit of tweaking still. So yeah, but if you go to my Facebook page, you can already see the deck list. I think I posted the deck list there, but I'll do it just in case. I'll post it there anyways. So yeah, and then I'd say enjoy the video. First things first, for the Ryzeal engine, we have triple ice, not triple ice Ryzeal, cards at 2, obviously. Double X Ryzeal. Why are these cards at 2? Double Sword Ryzeal. 1 note, 1 star. I am actually running the star Ryzeal because in a lot of combos, if I'm starting with Fiendsmith, I just need another level 4 to start. And even if you see the star Ryzeal, it's a level 4, so you can actually start with it. And then to round it off, 1 cross, 1 bonfire. Decided to cut the tachyons for now. If I'm running a 42 or a 43 card build, then the tachyons are actually better because you need the consistency. But in 40, it's kinda enough. Triple Fiendsmith Engraver. Let's look at the camera for this. Fiendsmith engine is just busted still. Lacrima, Lurie, just like this. Triple tracked. The reason you're on 3 tracked instead of just the 2 tracked is because if you open tracked, it's actually better to play around Draw and Lock than having the engraver. On top of that, having engraver plus tracked is actually beneficial in the fact that you can go into Necroquip Princess before you use your engraver. And then you can actually search for the Fiendsmith in Paradise if you need it or if you have a way to discard it. So that's actually still good. But that's it for the Fiendsmith engine. I'm not playing double Lacrima. I do not like the chance of bricking on the second Lacrima, but it kind of can come up as well. So there's some wiggle room in that. I want to keep the deck at 40 at all costs with a lot of hand traps and non-engine. So I went with 1 Lacrima. It's just a choice, I guess. 4 hand traps. This is a doozy, I guess. Triple Fualos, triple Purulia, triple Draw Lock. You have to run this in every deck now. The reason is Mitsurugi Ryzeal, of course. Any Mitsurugi deck, you just need to Draw Lock the combo. If you don't, then they can go off a lot, and you don't want that. Of course, if they open Prayer, then they already get 3 searches in the draw phase, and I mean, that just sucks, I guess, but still Draw and Lock stops their turn a whole lot, so you still need it. And of course, the Mulcharmies, the Fualas, and the Purulia are the best to main deck at the moment, just because, yeah, I mean, it does so much against the Mitsu Ryzeal. If they have the right cards, then they can kind of play around the 2 Mulcharmies, but they, like, you take off of their end board a lot, and that's just important. That's already 9. And then I'm playing more. So I'm also playing triple Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom's still one of the goats. You need it to stop the Fualas from the opponent most of the time. Then I'm also playing double Ghost Bell. Ghost Bell is really fine, especially in a Fiendsmith build, because if they try to banish your Fiendsmith, like the Requiem or the Engraver, you can Bell to stop that. So Bell actually has multiple functions in this. And then the nicest thing about Bell, I think, If they go, like if you go Fualas or Perulia and they try to call by the Gravit because they have it, you can Ghost Bell the call by, and so your Fualas actually goes through, end their turn immediately sometimes. And if you have any starter, it's just like you just love that. To accompany these, I'm also running Magnamut and Druisworm. I think they're needed right now. Even though they are semi-bad against Malice, they are amazing against Mitsurugi. Like if they go Prayer, they tribute the big one, the what's its name, Mirakumo. I don't know. The big ritual. You can just like if they have another card on the field, you can just bestial their ritual in chain, and then they don't get the ritual effect to bring itself back, and they also can't summon it back from the prayer. So like it's really good. One Ibiru. I am playing Gallant Granite in the extra deck, and it's also there to just draw off the Milcharmies. It's kind of sacky, but if they go off and they give you like 10 draws, then the odds of seeing the Nibiru is actually really big. So that's still really good. And the final two hand traps in the deck, I'm also playing double Impermanence. I'm feeling like Imperm and Effect Veil are really falling off. Having an Imperm or having a Veiler these days doesn't do a thing. You need this alongside other hand traps to actually do something, and that's actually crazy. But I'm still playing them because a well-timed Impermanence is like it can be really good. And also like if you draw this as a 6 card, of course it isn't bad because it's just a negate. But I think Impermanence is falling off in like for other hand traps, like the Ghost Bells stuff. Like if I was playing triple Imperm, I wouldn't be able to play 3 Drawn Locks, or I wouldn't be playing the 2 Bells, or I had to go over 40, which like I really didn't want to do. So yeah. But that's basically 19 hand traps, which is crazy. Like, and if I could play more, then there would be a third Imperm, and then there would be a second Nib, I guess. Stuff like that, but yeah. We're at 38 now for the deck, so the last 2 cards are Talents and Call By. I am not playing the Crossout Designator. I kind of wanted to play it, but every time I saw it, it was like... I just hated it. Like you're playing against Malice or you're playing against Pure Mitsu, and then they Dominus Impulse your cards, and you can't even cross out that. You can't call by it anyways. It just sucks, and it's just another dead card in a lot of matchups because of that. I cut it for another hand traps, and it's just been working out a lot better. You could think like, oh, now you only have the 4 outs to the Fualos or the Perulia, but sometimes if you Perulia you only have Fiendsmith stuff, so it doesn't really matter. And with the Fua, you can just give them 1 draw, like, it's fine. You don't mind. That's it for the main deck already. It's 40 cards, sharp, actually really good. It's been working out for me, so yeah, try it out, I guess. Extra deck, Moon of the Closed Heaven. You have to play this right now if you're playing Bestials, because if you have Bestials and you have the Nip, then you have a lot more chances to have bodies on board to go into Moon, which goes into Requiem, so you can go into Sequence, so you can go into Agnum Day. These are all the links basically for my Fiendsmith engine. I was debating a second Requiem. Sometimes it comes up, but it's also another spot that you're dedicating in the extra deck for Fiendsmith. And to be fair, it's already a lot in here for Fiendsmith, and I just didn't want to commit to that. I went for another rank 4 that actually serves another purpose in the deck, and so far that's been working out, so yeah. For generic Fiendsmith stuff, Chaos Angel, Necrocrypt Princess, and Fiendsmith Desiree. I am not playing the Duke of Demise together with the... what's it called? The Magistus Coruso or something, like the little dog. That's basically a combo, so you can use Tract or Engrave or any one Fiendsmith card to get to a rank 4. And the thing that you need to run for that is Duke of Demise. You need a level 4 fusion, the Magistus, and then you also need a Lina or a Dark Charmer. So you go for a Light Charmer in most scenarios, because in Fiendsmith that's actually really great. If the opponent's on Ryzeal, you can reborn their Ryzeals. Like with the Dark Charmer, you don't have that option. But that's the way to go into the rank 4, because then you make the Magistus, which is a level 4 fusion, and you get back the Lacrima from the Duke of Demise to normal summon, so you have Duo Drive. But basically, if the opponent sees that coming, it just loses to 1 Ash, 1 Imperm, 1 Veiler, like everything, which is just, it's stupid. And sure, that's great that the option is there, but it takes 3 additional extra deck spots. And you don't go for a Desiree combo or for a Caesar combo, so... like, I'd rather end on Caesar with 4 hand traps anyways, so yeah. But then the last pieces are like Caesar and Exiton. Weirdly enough, Exiton has been amazing for me. Like, there's a lot of matchups like Malice and Blue Eyes. If they have to out your board before you make rank 4s, and that often means that they are using their negates on just level 4 monsters, so they go 1 for 1 instead of going 2 for 1, and which is really helpful. And if they don't stop your cards, you can just go Exiton, blow everything up. And then oftentimes you just win from there. This card is even better because it's once per chain. Against Blue Eyes, if they have the Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon, like the new one, that guy doesn't negate effects. It just negates the activation, and then it doesn't destroy. So if you go Exiton effect and they use their Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit to negate this, sure, new chain, Exiton effect. You can just do it again, which is, like, that's crazy. And then you can just link this away for a Requiem and do full Fiendsmith combo. It's just stupid. It's amazing. Then, I guess rank 4s, like all the Ryzeal stuff. We have Detonator, we have Duo Drive, we have Gallant Granite. I'm using these all the time in my combos, because in the combo, if you're playing Star Ryzeal and stuff, you're actually gonna go for an additional rank 4, but you want to detach, and that's important. So exceeds that let you detach in your turn 1 are rarely to come by. So I go with Gallant Granite, actually giving me a Nibiru, and I'm 100% sure that I'm getting a Nibiru, which is another form of interruption. What you also can do is go like the Gusto Emerald, and then you can recycle cards, but the recycling doesn't guarantee you a hand trap or another form of playing. So it's actually a toss-up, because you can actually just do it and take the risk. It's kind of fine. And then there's also the Dugares, which lets you draw 2 and then you discard 1, but then you don't get another draw phase. Like, the next draw phase will be skipped. That card is also, like, really, really good and definitely possible. I might change that up, like, somewhere. I don't know. Sometimes I really want to side out the Nip, and then I don't have anything for Gallant to search, so it's kind of weird then, but it's a thing. I'm still thinking about it. And then the final rank 4 that's really good summonable is Tornado Dragon. You just want to have it for that additional the destruction. Against Malice, it's good because you just bait out their traps. You can destroy the field if they activate it. Against Blue Eyes, just destroy their trap card. It's like, it's amazing. It's good. Nothing else to say about that. Against the Mitsu Ryzeal deck, you can even just target a cross, and then the cross is gone at least. And then the final 2 cards, Eclipse and Myriologic Aggregator, just need to run them. They are great cards to send off of Vext, and yeah, nothing else to say about that. That's it for the extra deck. That was 15, of course. And then the side deck. Now, I am going to go over the side deck just because I've been using this a lot on online simulators. And it's been working out, and I just wanted to show you guys. Of course, if you're going to locals a lot, this can change for your preference. So yeah. First things first, Lancia. Just play the card. It's good against Melas, it's good against Crystron. There's a lot of other decks that are coming up that this card is actually still good against. So Lancia is definitely going to be a staple for a long time right now. If you can, get your QCRs, I guess. Card's not gonna drop. Double Mulcharmy Meows. I see a lot of people not siding Meows anymore because Malice is kind of falling off. But this card is also great against like Blue Eyes, against Crystron, against Memento. This is actually really important to have because they special summon way more from the graveyard than they special summon from the hand or from the deck or extra deck. I'd rather see Meow's Fualas against Memento than I see Droll and Lock, for instance. Like that card doesn't do anything against Memento in the long run. The Meows, on the other hand, probably gives you like 4 draws if they go all out. It's just kind of crazy. It's really good to have. Double DD Crow. Might seem weird. I just love this. DD Crow is amazing against a lot of decks. Not because you can banish their the rituals, like from Mitsurugi, but because this also banishes spells, urts, like anything you want. And against Mitsurugi, if you banish the ritual when they target with Kusanagi, then you get rid of it. And often they are only playing one ritual, and it's really hard for them to get it back because they have already used Kusanagi this turn, so they want to use it again next turn. And by that point, maybe you've seen a Bestial. Maybe you have a negate set up for that Kusanagi, and then they just can't get to that ritual spell, and then without the big ritual guy from Mitsurugi, the bell is way easier. And the funny thing is they don't try to play Ryzeal. They are still, like, even if they have the Ryzeal cards, they are just playing Mitsurugi, and they are gonna go through everything Ryzeal related just to get to the Kusanagi to get back the ritual spell. And I mean, you just negate that and then you just win from there. Like, it's crazy. Next to this, maybe a weird one for some people. I'm running Cyframe Gear Gamma, Delta, and Driver. And only one Delta at that. I've been testing this a lot. And going first, like I don't want these in my main deck, the Gamma and the Driver. Just don't. Not everyone is maining Perulias, not everyone's maining Droll and Lockbirds. But post-siding, everyone is on Perulia. Everyone is on Droll and Lock. Every time. You go first, you just side in the Gamma and the Driver. If you see the Gamma, that's fine. It's another out for like a Fualos. That's another out for a Perulia. That's another out for a Droll and Lock. Why? You're playing Engraver. You're playing Tracked. If you, like, a lot of players, if they have Fualos and you go Fiendsmith combo, they actually let you make the Requiem. And then you go Requiem effect, tribute it off, so you don't have anything on field anymore. And then they go Fualos, or Ash Blossom for that part. And you can just go Chain Gamma. And you get another 2 bodies on board for that Fiendsmith combo. Having a level 6 light, really important. Level 6 light means you can go into Chaos Angel. Why not, right? Same for the Cyframe Gear Gamma. It's a light level 2. If you have 2 more level 4s, it's another Chaos Angel play. In general, I just use them to go into Fiendsmith sequence, maybe go into the, what's it called? The Agnum Day, stuff like that. In general, I don't really go for a Synchro 8, which I could, because if you have Omega in your extra deck and you get this off, just additional points. that's just crazy. But yeah, and then going second, like against Mitsurugi and stuff, I also side in the Delta. I don't want to run double Delta. Like I'm already, it kind of starts to clog somewhere. Like there's a lot of cards that don't do anything on their own, which is kind of bad then. So only one Delta and it was enough. Also for siding patterns, I wanted other stuff as well. So, and I'm happy with the Delta because Gamma plus Delta is double as much of the chance to see than the Driver, I guess. Also, like you don't have to be a genius to see this, but having all those Mulcharmies, like the triple Fualas, the triple Perulia, the double Meows, if you have all of that against a really spammy deck, like a, for instance, what's it called, White Forest, or against Memento and stuff, you're gonna draw a couple of cards. And if you see that Gamma at that point, that can just be crucial, it can be detrimental. Against Malice, like, Gamma is one of the only cards that can actually respond to one of the Malices trying to reborn itself. So you have another out to, like, a White Binder trying to summon, except for having the Ash. And it just, you put a load off the Ash Blossom, which is needed, like, really. It also kind of stubs their turn, right, you know? I've had a game where my opponent went normal summon Dormouse, use the effect, I go Gamma, they didn't have an extender. Yeah, okay, let's go to the next one. And then the final 5 cards, I'm on double Metaltronus, which seems weird without the proper targets in the extra deck and stuff. But I'm only using it for like Ryzeal matchups and for decks that can make Chaos Angel. Because Chaos Angel is kind of hard to out. Also because I'm only playing 2 Imperm instead of 3. It is a thing, so Metaltronus just seemed worthy enough to put back in. Against a lot of decks, it can just be a negate. Against like Blue Eyes, the Spirit Dragon has 2/5 attack, it's a light. So you can summon Twin of the Eclipse, you can summon any of the Bestials, because they have 2/5 attack and are dragon. It is a thing, so yeah. And then next up, of course, Triple Solemn Judgment. You just need to. Still the side deck patterns, having evenlies and stuff for people, like, you can just negate it with Solemn Judgment, and that's all you need sometimes. Like, if you can negate the one breaker that they have, then oftentimes you just win. Also, like, having like Solemn Judgment and Metaltronus like going first, stuff like that, it also isn't bad, because at that point, if they Mulcharmy you and you're like, I don't want to play, you can just sit on like 2 hand traps, the Solemn, the Metaltronus. Oftentimes you just win from there. Yeah, that's the deck list. I hope you guys liked it. 15, 15, and 40. If you want to see updates, more updates from this, maybe you want to see some gameplay, just hit me up in the comments down below, and yeah, I might consider it, I might do it. In any case, I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao!